If you want to install a sump pump, you don't know how to, I'm going to show you step by step how you can do it.
All right, here I'm going to show you a few things that you're going to need, so that way you can start. So basically, you have different brands, different models. It depends on what you're trying to do. In this case, we have just a regular basement that is floating a little bit in one corner. So the customer told me, okay, let's install a sump pump, so that way we don't have this issue anymore. So basically, I think I installed this model that you see here, but it depends. You can buy one that comes with the holes already, or I think this is just a Windows for show, so that way you can see what is inside. But in this case, I think it comes with no holes, maybe just one big hole in one side on one end, and that's it. Otherwise, you have to make your own. So I would recommend you to buy one of these kits, because if you buy this kit like that, it comes already built in with the pump inside, with the pipe and everything. So basically, all you have to do is just plug it in here and plug in the power cord into the electrical outlet, and that's it. So very easy to install. Here I think this is like 3 feet tall, so basically you are going to have to make a hole on the ground. I'm going to show you, of course, everything that you have to do in order to do the process, so that way it will be easier for you. And also, if you want, you can hire me, I can do it for you. Otherwise, just follow step by step everything that I'm doing here, you should be good. Also, if you want, if you're outside United States, or you need tools or anything like that, just let me know. I can ship it to you worldwide. So let's start with this. So basically, again, you're going to need 110 volts, easy. Just the pipe, the drainage for this. So that's it. So if you have a lot of water, little water, make sure that you use the one that is the right for you. So if you want have a horsepower or more horsepower, less horsepower, so it's going to pump the water faster or not. So also there are calculators for that. So if you want to use one like that, otherwise, in this case, is a basic installation with almost any pump will do. So now I'm going to show you step by step everything you have to do. All right, so here we are making the hole, so that way in the other side of that wall that you see, we have just the outside, so all the water will be going outside, and we're going to leave maybe like 2 or 3 feet, so that way we can leave everything far away from the house. We're making the hole on the ground in the basement, so the way you can see everything. So here we are trying to make the hole. It's taking a little bit longer than we were expecting, but with the hammer drill you should be good. All right, so here I'm going to show you some of the tools that you're going to need in order to make a hole on the wall. So basically you're going to need a hammer drill, so that will make your life easier. And if you can get the hole, it's like a hole saw. Some of them comes with a hole saw, or you can rent one of those in Home Depot or your hardware store, something like that. And you can use one like this. So if you see something like that, will do the trick. If you can buy something more powerful, the more expensive, the better. If you want the cheapest one, you're going to have some issue. I'm going to show you the other thing that you're going to need that will make your life easier, at least if you can get the hole saw. For instance, concrete. This is something like that you're going to need. At least I would recommend you, like 3 inches, so that way you can run the pipe very well. So if you can buy something like that, that will be great. Also, if you are going to buy, instead of getting the plus is not powerful enough. So if you're going to get a rotary hammer drill, I would recommend you to buy one of the like this, but the max version. The max version is the ideal. It will be very powerful. Otherwise, like I said, if you're going to do it just once, you can rent it. If you're going to do it all the time, just buy one and you should be good. SDS max. Everything that is SDS max, it will be the most powerful. The plus is for babies or for tiny shops. At least you know what to get. Now, this if you have to make a hole on the floor like we're doing it. So I got something like this type. So with this, it was very easy to make the hole on the floor. Otherwise, if you want, you can buy. I saw a few of them that they're like 150 or something like that, but they're like not powerful at all. You need something very beefy. If you don't want to spend $800 in a demo hammer drill or 1500 like this, rent one and that's it. They are extremely heavy, so you're going to need the dolly. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult to move it around. But when it's something like that, you should be good. So now let's continue with the video. All right. So now I'm going to show you basically how to connect the electrical outlet. In this case, we are going to run an electrical outlet from the electric panel to the basement, in this case in this corner, so that way we're going to be able to power up the sump pump. If you have an electrical outlet, you don't need any of this, but at least I'm going to teach you the basics so that way you know how to connect it. So basically, you have the breaker panel or electrical panel, and then you are going to have the breakers here. So basically, the black cable, it goes to the breaker, and then you're going to have the white one that goes to the neutral, and then you have the ground one that goes to another bar that you're going to have here, that usually is for the ground. If you have an old panel, or maybe you have another code, sometimes you're going to have the neutral and the ground all together in the same power bar. So in this case, once you have these three cables, one electrical out, one goes to the breaker, the other goes to the ground and the neutral. You're going to have the cable. Here you're going to put the connector that I'm going to show you, so that way the cable is secure. And here you're going to have another connector, so that way the electrical outlet is secure. Basically, here you have the electrical outlet. The little plug is for the black one, is the live one or hot one, and the big hole that you see here is for the white one, and the one on the bottom is for the ground. Very easy. Here you have to put another connector, so that way this wire is secure, and you have to have an electrical box, so that way the electrical outlet is not hanging and is secure as well. So now I'm going to show you how you can hook up everything. All right, so in order to do the installation, at least here for the sump pump, so here we have the electrical panel. You have the screws here on the top and on the bottom too. Here you take it out. Make sure you don't touch anything, otherwise you're going to get electrocuted. Here you have the two lives. Here is the neutral and the ground, and we have to run the cable that you see here through these holes that you see here. If you don't have any of these, you have to buy the connector. I like the metal connectors, kind of like the white, the one that you see here. The plastic are cheap, and if you have to remove it for some reason, they're a pain in the butt. Yeah, I prefer the other one. But the customer, they have this already, so we're going to use that. And then you have to strip the cable, and you're going to have the black one here. And then you're going to install the white one there, and the ground one as well. Then you go, at least in a few places, it will tell you that the ground and the neutral, they go in different bars. So, but in the old code, it was okay just to leave the ground and the neutral all together. If you have something like that, you do it like that. Or if you have an old panel like this, you put it all together. Yeah, that's it. So here, basically, you put run the wire, as you can see here, and you have to keep pulling. So when to pull it, I need both hands. And once you do that, you connect it the way I said, and then we are going to run everything through there. Of course, if you don't know what you're doing, turn off this or call an electrician, because if you touch these two, you're going to get fried. The same thing if you touch the metal plate that you see in the middle, you're going to fry. So here is the breaker that we're going to install. So
basically you remove you unscrew the screw that you see here, put the black one here, as you can see here, and then you have to see the type of breaker that you have. So if you can use the same brand, the better. Otherwise, you may have some issues. So this is a Siemens. The model here you will see here is QP. So make sure that you buy the same thing. And basically, when you have to install it, basically you put it like that. Here, this notch goes here, and then you push it all the way in, and then it will be in all the way. I'm not going to put it right now because I prefer to run all the wiring and do all the connections before I do anything else. And then once you do that, we should be good. Then you can connect it. So now I'm going to run the wire on this side or someplace. It doesn't matter. It could be on this side too. All right, so I just ran the cable, as you can see here. So by code, also you can leave 1 inch or 2 inches here, as you can see. And then after that, you cut it, and that's it. So that way, everything will look like the other ones. So that is what you have to do. So now, because I don't know if I have enough wire, I'm going to run it like that. Otherwise, we'll have to return it and buy a longer wire, but I think will be okay. I don't have my regular cargo van. Otherwise, I have 200 feet, but with 50 feet, I think it will be okay. We're going to run it straight to the other side. Or as you can see, we ran the wire. And now we have to ensure that it's going to be hidden, not hidden, but secure. So that way the gate of the garage door will not damage the cable.
Basically here I'm removing the sheathing or the cover plastic, the yellow one that you see. So that we're going to leave just the wiring by itself. By code it has to be like that.
All right. Later, if you want to remove this screw, adjust it or disadjust it, you can do this with the square bit that you see here. So this is ideal. And then we're going to put both the wires inside or not. All right, so as you can see, we have the wire here. I have to push it up a little bit. And there we have the ground and the neutral. And we have the light one here. So once the guy is finished running the wire and everything is connected, we can put that inside and we should be good.
All right, so as you can see, we are using the rotary hammer drill. Here with the chisel, we're making the hole. We're going to need a shovel, 2 or 3 guys, so that way they can help you to dig and everything. Otherwise, one guy is going to be a week. Now here we are making the holes in the bucket or the basin that I was talking about before, so that way all the water when is flowing the floor will go in that place and will be sucked by the pump. And also, if you have water behind the floor, it will get inside of that, and the pump will suck at everything. So now we're installing the pipe, and we are going to secure the pipe so that way everything is in place and it's safe. All right, so we are going to keep using the hole digger, as you can see here. Once you break the concrete, everything should be easier, and you can use that and maybe a small shovel in order to remove that. Now we are outside. As you can see, we have the hole. We're going to run the pipe through that hole. We should be good. So now we have to put all the pipes inside and make sure that everything is clean, and then we are going to seal that hole later on with the foam. All right, so as you can see here, we are going to put the electrical box on the wall. We should be good. So the hole is almost done. So now we have to fill it with gravel around it, and then we put some concrete on the top to make it look nice. And so that way we make sure that we don't have dirt inside of the bucket that you see here. And that is the check valve that we are going to hook up, as you can see here. So the way the water will not go down once it goes up, it will stay there. Some people, they install the sump pump without this, and it's going to cause issues in the future. So as you can see, we're going to just screw it in, make sure that you have the screw, the glue, we should be good. So now we're going to put the other piece of pipe in the other side. So basically the check valve is the nexus between both pipe, the one that is inside of the concrete and the one that goes outside. And now we have to put an elbow, and that's it.
All right, so as you can see, we put the foam around it, and we glue all the pipes. So we left at least like 4 feet away from the wall, so that way all the water will go away from the wall. Now I'll show you inside. All right, so as you can see, we have to remove this because this is where we're going to have the breaker. And as you can see here, we have this breaker already installed. Very easy. Just put it on one side, push it. That's it. I ran the wiring here, and I cut it here so that we have just an inch or 2 inches like that. Looks decent. So now, because I have this, we have to remove that with the pliers, and we should be good. All right, so as you can see, we put all the screws everywhere. Here we have the breaker. All I have to do is just write down this is a pump, sump pump, and that's it. Okay, by code, you have to have everything labeled. And here we have the sump pump. That's it. So now all I have to do is just turn it on, and we should be good.
All right, so as you can see, we have the concrete all around it, so it looks great. We're going to put some water in one of those little openings that you see there to check it and make sure that it works. That's it. So if you're going to make the holes in the basin, make sure that the holes are small, maybe like 3/8 or a quarter of an inch or something like that. Make sure to read the manual. In the manual, it says the maximum amount of dirt or something that it can take. Other than that, make sure that you're not going to have issues having a lot of dirt. That is why I put all the gravel around the basin, so that way you're not going to have dirt inside, and it will filter most of everything that you see over there. So as you can see, we have the CFCI. Of course, you have to connect there, and everything is working. So we pull the pump, the float, and that's it. So it was working, and it was a successful installation.